pictures that are now coming in. As far as Brazil's president, who's in India and is now receiving this grand honor as part of his arrival in Rashtrapati Bhavan. Well, Rishabh, Brazil and India share very warm relations, and President Lula now receiving the ceremonial reception at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And he's already in India and, with a big delegation, over a dozen ministers and business leaders as well, because he also participated in the India AI Impact Summit. What are we looking at as far as the bilateral relations are now concerned between India and Brazil? Rishabh?
Well, Amita, if we talk about India-Brazil relationship, the relationship between the two countries have gone into an upward trajectory in the last 3 to 4 years since President Lula has taken over. While many thought that it could be clash of ideologies, it looks like it is in a way amalgamation of two civilizations, and that's the reason that both the countries have been partnering each other quite openly. We have seen how after India's presidency at G20, it was shifted to Brazil, and while President Lula was taking over, he thanked Prime Minister Narendra Modi back then, and throughout the presidency of Brazil, India did assist them with all possible issues that they wanted to clarification on. Be it BRICS, be it G20, be it Global South, be it other such multilateral setups, India and Brazil have shown intent to back each other. Now that we are seeing on our screens right now, President Lula is given an official welcome, the ceremonial welcome in the forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan. He's expected to go to Rajghat after this before he meets Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Hyderabad House for the official bilateral and delegation level talks. The two sides have been discussing, exchanges trades in local currency, for further, enhancement in UNSC and other such forums as well. So two countries, two leaders who have shared bonds for years are now again meeting. Remember, President Lula was here for the AI summit this week, and now after the AI summit has finally, ended yesterday, what we are given to understand that President Lula is now continuing with the state visit. He leaves for his country tomorrow morning. But, while we are talking about India and Brazil, the relationship, trade, energy, food security, defense, multilateral engagement, that has enhanced and has gone way too high. Be it India, be it Brazil, the countries haven't shied away from, taking a stand for each other on global forums as well. Be it while, tariffs were being weaponized, or for that matter, the BRICS nations were being threatened. And, there are numerous such instances where we can see Brazil and, India standing for each other, ensuring that they show that how this cooperation will continue come what may.
So what's in store that what we are looking at, as far as we are told that bilaterals between President Lula and Prime Minister Modi would be taking place, because as you mentioned, India and Brazil have a very multifaceted strategic relationship that is rooted in democratic values, strong people-to-people ties and growing cooperation from key sectors. So what are we looking at as far as when it comes to the bilaterals that are now expected to take place?
Well, bilaterals, you will hear much on BRICS. You will hear a lot on local currency exchanges. You will hear a lot on people-to-people ties. You'll also hear a lot on defense cooperation. Apart from that, there are certain, official engagements as well. For example, India and Brazil are planning to host each other's government, trainees for them to understand each other's system. India and Brazil are also talking about how the foreign service officers, or for that matter, the administration officers of Brazil, can also be trained in India for some time for an international exposure. So that all we are hearing. We are going to hear more about food security, food supply chain. We are also going to talk about, critical minerals, and how, the whole new avenues that are opening up, how that will open up. Situation in Latin America, situation in South America, for that matter, will definitely be on table. What happened in Venezuela, what's happening in the Caribbean, that will be discussed between the two sides, given that Brazil is a stakeholder in the region. India has its own interests in the region as well. Let's talk about Guyana or other such countries there. So be it Guyana, be it other such countries, that will also be on table when the two leaders meet. So there are a host of issues that the two leaders will be discussing. BRICS will definitely take the center stage, given that India is the president, or for that matter, chair of the BRICS summit this year. And President Lula might be back in Delhi by end of this year for the BRICS summit as well. So that showcases that while one thing was very clear, that would be coming for the BRICS summit end of the year, sometime in November, early December, he decided to come for a state visit and AI summit again, making it a couple of visits in the same year, showcases that how much importance both the countries are giving to each other. Prime Minister, for that matter, has been to Brazil twice for G20 and BRICS as well. Absolutely.
So handshakes, warm hugs, well, that seems to be under ceremonial reception for President Lula of Brazil. He's here in India, and it is his second visit to India, who last visited Delhi for the G20 summit back in 2023. Then Prime Minister Modi and President Lula also met in 2024 on the sidelines of the G20 Leaders Summit that occurred in Rio de Janeiro. So a warm relationship, multiple bilaterals now expected to be signed between the two countries today. We'll keep an eye out on the developments. Rishabh, thank you very much for the moment. Let's in the meantime shift focus and talk about